I didn't know the specifics of her life story or of her, and then after I read the script and started doing more, I just looked her up online and Googled her name and realized that she was so young when she wrote Frankenstein, that she was only 17, and that blew my mind. Especially, I'm 17 now, but the age when I got the script, I was a little younger. I guess I was like 16, maybe it was about a year ago. And this group of very special people were so ahead of their times, and to be able to play a woman that was so ahead of her time in that way and so intellectual and wrote this, this book that is so iconic and it's gone down in history, and so I guess that's what attracted me to it. Just that I knew that there's a lot of pressure, and I was very nervous and scared to take her on because no one had ever told her tale before. But because it's such a special one that I think needs to be heard and is so modern and relevant to today's world, I wanted to do it so badly. So. Because in a way it is a story of a girl growing up and finding her voice and stepping out of the shadows from her family, because her dad was a big writer, and her mom, obviously Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin, was she wrote Vindication of the Rights of Women, and was a huge kind of feminist of her time, which she was super ahead of her time. But in a way, Mary Shelley, she lives in the shadows of her mom and her dad, and she's this girl who kind of loves ghost stories and is fascinated by horror, and she's kind of dismissed for that. Her father's like, oh, that's so silly, and that doesn't matter, and for her, and that grows obviously into, what we know today, which is Frankenstein. So. I was actually just talking about this the other day about, I forgot which scene we were doing, but I went up to Hyphen and I was like, oh, I'm so glad that you're a woman and that you're directing this story of this woman, and you just, because in a way she just knows what it feels like to be a young girl and grow up and go through that and kind of the hardships that women have, so I was very excited. I was like, oh, I'm so glad that you are, and like our editor she's a woman. I mean, Amy, the producer, she's and so all these ladies have lived with this script and read it for so long, and it's very powerful. It's very, you can feel that on set, which I think was very crucial and important for our story. So I'm glad we do have that. Yeah, it is pretty exciting to have people who are, close to your age. We're all pretty young on set, and having that is like, I don't know. There's definitely there's an energy to it, and you all kind of want to talk about the same things and kind of look at life in the same ways, and so for that it's exciting, and then you want to like hang out with them after work too. So it's normally I always felt like I've normally always been the youngest, just like with adults on set. So to have people that are your age it's cool. It's unique, and also I think all of us being so close to the ages that our characters are in at the time that they were, I think that was very important, because you have this energy, that's like, it's just this thing inside you, and it's hard to describe, but it works great for the story.
I know where you were. No one watching the shop, and you back here scribbling away like a child.
行き場のないメアリーに訪れた運命の出会い。
Who is that? That's Shelley. He's a radical poet.
It's a new life that is actually worth the living.
I lost everything to be with you, Percy.
We set out to create something beautiful.
You must leave at once. Creditors are coming.
Clara's not well. We can't take her.
She drowned herself, Mary.
I wish I could have saved her.
孤独の淵に落ちたメアリーがしがみついたものは
This is possible. Reanimation. Behold, the monster, galvanized.
Curious subject matter for a young lady. Well, I mean a message of hope.
Look at me. Look at the mess we've made.
You experience loss, death, betrayal, all of which is present in my story.
My choices made me who I am, and I regret nothing.
メアリーのすべて